walking like a melody, so light dancing on your skin. Heartbeat sinks in harmony, let the magic night begin. Silk on your silhouette, you got me caught in every move. Just feeling that midnight groove. Baby, let's slide into the room. Two hearts, one spark, no distance. Hold me close, no need for talking. Just loving the beat we're lost in. Ooh, you're my velvet moon. We're floating in this midnight groove. Your laughter sweeter than the tune. Our shadows blend and intertwine like jazz under a velvet moon. Every glance a sweet caress. You make time slow down and sway. In your arms I must confess I could dance till break of day. Baby, let's slide into the rhythm. Two hearts, one spark, no distance. Hold me close, no need for talking. Just loving the beat we're lost in. Ooh, you're my velvet moon. We're floating in this midnight groove. Ooh, the way you move is like a song. I waited for this all along. Let the world fade into blue. Tonight it's just me and you.
Transitions, what it has gone through. Things have changed.
Yes.
Sometimes for the good, and sometimes not for the so good. Because I couldn't believe I saw that they were serving chitlins at my dear shrimp boat. Okay, let me start wandering off in different directions. We're here to celebrate. And it feels good. At my age, biscuit away from 74. Alhamdulillah, I'm thankful. But what I've been going to lately is a lot of janazas or funerals of people around my age, certainly much younger, and several even older, as we are, as they say, getting into the October of our years, maybe November. But to be asked to come to a celebration, that feels good. Because I've read just a portion of this book, and I do intend to read it all. As we say, the Lord is willing, inshallah. But he also asked me, because not only did he's known me for a while, but I'm also an author. And in fact, things go well. I believe I have a book coming out in July, but it's not about me today. It's about our brother that has a book out. And he has once again turned a leaf. He's another person or in another realm or category that strangely is a part of that process, part of that progression. Because one thing I've known about, and I'm going to call him Ali, I'm still getting used to the Blackfoot, but one thing I've known about him is that he's always soaked up knowledge. I mean, like a sponge. I seen him one day with this backpack. Well, what's in the backpack, brother? He smiles. He lets me see it, and I zip it up. It's books. Several books. I said, "You're going to read all of these?" Well, not all at the same time. But that thirst for knowledge is incredible. And he might not want to admit it, but it's contagious to a lot of people. Now, I, for one, I read. I read and I write. I'm, in fact, a professor of reading and literature and culture at Bowie State University. And as a published author, I'm trying to encourage these young college students to put down those phones and get off of that social media for more than a minute and put your thoughts down. Sometimes when you're teaching young people, college students, you need a little help. Guess who I called on? This is a little bit of call and response. I'll try it again. Guess who I called on? Okay. Yeah. I do that all day, every day with the students. You know, I even get in their face and walk up there like this. Do you hear me talking to you? I see it. Just for the effect. I like drama. Do you hear me talking to you? You know. So they said, well, you know, you're kind of like a coach, Dr. Salim, Professor Salim. Yeah. That's what I am, a life coach. And in thinking of life coach, you know who I called on. Blackfoot. And he, talking about you, he came up there, I tell you. And his presence was in effect as soon as he walked through the door. You know how he is. Large. And I don't mean just a physical presence, but that confidence as he strode in to one of my classes, and the students looked up, and he was talking not just about his book, but about life, about how one thing turns and becomes another, how you have to be prepared, how you must look at what is in the shadows, not just what appears to be apparent. He broke it down. He broke it down to sound. And I had never seen the students as mesmerized as they were, what is this, last month? Yeah, well, you're writing, okay. It was about 5 weeks ago. And he was sharp, beautiful suit on, had a bow tie on. Never seen him with a bow tie. But it resonated. And he engaged students like he has done this before. Now, I'm in my 50th year of education in one way or another. Former principal of a couple of schools around this area. Started 10 schools, one religious school that's still in effect 45 years later. He knows of these schools. He knows of these places. We've come together. In fact, I helped train his son Umar a little bit in boxing. I come from a fight family. Growing up, of course, in Southeast Washington, D.C., you either had to be on top of it or you will go under. We were on top of it. Praise the Lord. We didn't bully nobody, but nobody messed with us. Same thing I see with my dear brother, Blackfoot. I asked the students after he left, well, class was about over. I had to ask them the 2 days later, because I teach every other day these students. I said, what did you think about Blackfoot? So they were a little hesitant first, because they were gauging me as I was asking them. You know what I mean? Okay, well, but then it started coming out. He told me things I've never heard before, Professor. I said, okay, tell me what? Well, he was saying things about how, you know, the United States government is a corporation, And, things like that I've never heard on subjects about, hierarchies and seeing things that are part of the unseen. And I was impressed that they listened, mightily impressed that they listened. And they wanted him to come back. Now, that was the key right there.
Yeah.
Now, you might have kind of appeared from my conversation here. I'm a brother that has a little bit of pride, Not that I was getting envy or jealous, but I don't think they ever said that about me. At least not the way my attendance has been lately. I know the weather's warm. But no, I'm just being a bit frivolous and jesting here. But we have a man here that doesn't set limits for himself. He is obviously a student of life. Thinking back at that backpack that had all those books in it. Remember that? Okay. The things that he's taught so many other people as well as his own children. I've been impressed with him from day one because he doesn't go for a lot of foolishness. In fact, none at all.
That's right.
And if you have Blackfoot as a friend, you have a friend for life, unless it's on you that you do something insane. I've called on him a few times to help me out, and normally I don't do that. Normally people might call on me. Every time I've asked him, can you help me out with this? I just need you in the audience right now. There was a time I was going through some things with this particular county school system. Have you heard of Prince George's County School System?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking, you know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, I know you.
And you were there, weren't you? Make a long story short, they always sent me to schools, what they call schools in distress. Okay. I was principal of Oxon Hill Middle School. You know that neighborhood, right? Oh, the school is in Fort Washington. That's what they told me at first. But we're talking Eastover, Colonial Village, and not to talk down on anybody's neighborhood here, you understand. But schools in distress. What I normally do is come in and do a 7-day program. Yes, I'm at the school 7 days. Extended learning day programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Test scores go up. But they don't like the way that I move around in the social circles of other administrators. And I ask myself, why should I? You ask me to improve these schools, I do. To get the youngsters involved, they get involved. So they had a plan, the school board, okay, well, we don't know about this guy. He's a bit aloof. I'm not gonna go too far in that, but I asked Ali just to come to be in the audience as they were presenting why they were moving me out of that particular school. Ali stood up, and after he finished, they were spellbound. They were spellbound. That was the only support that I had, other than several parents, but he came from the outside. And there was other times that I've asked him, I need you here. He shows up. He's dependable. And I can see that you have shown up here today to support him. Because he's a man that's out there as an educator as much as I am, with the degrees and all of that, in which he does have an honorary degree from, what's that school? Yeah, okay, you know what I'm talking about, okay. The Computer Technology, Capital Technology University. Yeah, he has that too. But besides the degrees, he's a person that I believe has absorbed life. He looks at things and he turns around and, from a standpoint of not just analysis but synthesis, he makes it better. He moves into areas where he might not know about, but because of his inquisitive nature, he learns about it. He reminds me of an old quote I have here that goes something like this: to soar toward what is possible, you must leave behind what is comfortable. And I see that in him. That's a quote, by the way, by one of my favorite actors. Her name is Cicely Tyson. Some of you are old enough to remember Cicely Tyson. Tremendous actress. First person to wear an afro or African style hair and cornrows on TV as well as in the movies. Got to get a lot of shout out for Abby Lincoln, who was the first black sister to wear it on stage. You have heard of Abby Lincoln, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. I know who I'm in front of. But no, he goes out and one might say, well, Ali, it's a lot of work writing a book, you know? But, you know, it wasn't just what I've read so far. It's not your regular type of book, you know? What do you call it? It's a what?
Transition?
It's transitions, yes. It's a book that's a little bit of reconciliation. It's a book about taking life, interpreting it, and I, in closing, will encourage you to read his book. Not just to buy it, but to read it. I know several people have a few of my books. I don't know how many have read it, but I encourage you to read this book because this brother is here to serve. He's here to serve you. He's here to serve people that come into his company and people that are beyond. And I have great love for this brother. He is my brother. I found out we are both of a similar tribe. I'm Sapani, which is Eastern Blackfoot, as they call it. And who would know? So I would say thank you for coming. Sorry if I've gotten a little long-winded here, but it's from the heart. I didn't need a script, but I just wanted to share with you that poem from Sister Cicely Tyson, who I thought should have won the Academy Award for Sounder. You got some folks around no, we don't have anybody as old as I am in here. Sounder, instead of that Liza Minnelli winning it for Cabaret. Anyway, do we need them to tell us how good we are?
No, sir.
How much we belong?
No, sir.
We don't need that.
No.
We don't need that. So on that closing, thank you for listening. I don't think I was supposed to go that long, right? But, peace to you all. May Allah bless you, may the Creator give you good love and the things that will make things better for you and your family. Thank you.
I have, I do much unscripted, but I thought it was important for today to write succinctly my sentiments in reference to this momentous day. Excuse me one second. These 66-year-old eyes need their glasses. Excuse me, sir. Our greatness as a people have manifested in some extraordinary ways. And there are parallels to this greatness. There was a gentleman who was a piano player, but what was in him was beyond that. And he became a forerunner in the realm of music and arts and in business. There's a picture of him right up there. He was in a place one day and somebody asked him, do you know a particular song? He was not a singer at that time, and the person said, I'll pay you this money to sing this song, and he did. The person who ran the establishment where he was playing piano said, "Have you ever thought about singing?" And the rest is history. And in a similar vein, our brother is a trailblazer, as was the great Nat King Cole. I want to sing a little short something for you. I'll make my words and then I'll get out of the way because he is the star of the show, but I think it's appropriate for the circumstance. There's a song that he sang that goes a little something like this. There was a boy, very strange, enchanted boy. They say he traveled very far, over land and sea. A little child and sad of eye, yet very wise was he. And then one day, magically, he passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Somebody said, who are you? I'm Charles Sullivan, and I count myself so fortunate to be a friend of this great man. And so the awakening that comes when you finally learn to love yourself. I think we heard it in that song, The Greatest Love of All. Oh, let's stick them in my pocket. The greatest love of all I found inside myself. The greatness of a man is found in his ability to lift himself above the mundane and ordinary trappings of human beginnings and eclipse our minimalist existence, transform, transcend, and transmute into the essence of what he was meant to be. As a saying we might have heard in the Hebrew tongue, Eya Asha Eya, I will be what I will be, producing a life journey that is transmogrification personified. Such is the life of our dear brother and friend, Blackfoot Attahoo, who did not allow his beginnings to be, as it is for so many in the earth today, the defining of his destiny. And he set forth to awaken himself to his own excellence, his own greatness, his own creative power, some of which is manifested in his book, Transitions. The first of many, I'm sure. Awakening to oneself is one of the keys to unleashing our brilliance. Finding more and more deeper truths to lift more of the veils that try to hide our manifestation of our genuine goodness and our genuine genius. I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false and to incur my own abhorrence. That's Frederick Douglass. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. That's Marcus Garvey. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. That's Muhammad Ali. When I discover who I am, I will be free. That's Ralph Ellison. Never be limited by other people's limited imagination. That's Mae Jemison. Our brother follows in the footsteps of this great legacy of words of enlightenment. And so, as we all transition in our lives, soon we will be expounding on the life-changing quotes that come from the 10 books written by this great man, someone who I am honored to call brother, comrade, and friend. Continued success in your life's endeavors, my brother. Peace and blessings to you all.
Everybody?
Yeah.
How's everybody?
We're good, man.
I wanted to show some things up here. And I talk to everybody I see out here, I talk to all the time. And we talk at work, you know what I mean? And one thing I realize out of everybody out there, guess what, man? We are all Indians. All of us, because I talk to you. We just don't know what tribe we come from. But we are all Indians. And they did a number to us out here. They miseducated us in the school systems. They told all of us that we come from Africa, which is a lie. We're not African, man. You know, and Alex Haley himself got sued for like 1.5 million with that movie Roots, because he plagiarized that from a Jewish guy who wrote a book, and that's where he got it from. You know what I mean? But, you know, we're all that, because I talk to people on an individual basis, and that's who we are. We have accepted things in life because of what we've been told who we are. But now, it's time for us to understand like who we are. Right. And it's nothing hard to it. I'm not going to get into the book because I want you guys to read it. And like most of you know me, who I was, you know, and my, you know, how I came up, you know, most of us come from that type of background too. But moving into the middle of the book, even in the beginning, going to the crazy days, the band days, you know what I mean? Everybody know which band was my band, who I love, you know. That was Peacemaker, so that's in the book too, you know. Then going into, you know, getting in a little bit of trouble like most of us do, and that right there was the wake-up call. And I remember clearly the guards, this was the old Upper Marlboro. I know everybody remember that. But it was a guard in there, and he was telling two guys to break it up, and they wasn't doing anything. But you had a whole bunch of people, man, acting crazy, you know, lifting weights, playing cards, man, just acting crazy. He ain't say nothing to them. So I asked him, I said, you know, what did he say to y'all? I mean, what did y'all do? And he said, hey man, we ain't do nothing. You know, we just was talking. And they asked me, did I wanna come to hear what they was talking about later on? And I said, yeah. Because at this point, man, I had no idea who I am. I'm just wild, crazy, Rick. You know what I mean? Grove, Daff. That's my little sister out there. Just crazy. So now this is my wake-up call. I'm starting to seeing things. And they were leaving, but they told me to go to the mosque on Kenilworth Avenue. This was the Nation of Islam at that time on Kenilworth Avenue. So when I got out, I went, me, my mother, my sister, we went, and I checked it out. But I needed something more. You know what I mean? And that's when I checked out. We went up to the Islamic Center up on Mass Avenue. Anybody know what it is? Yeah. So we went up there. This is during Ramadan. And, you know, just remind me of Malcolm, how he was like with everybody. And up there, you know, you had like street people, you know, they was feeding everybody. And I was seeing this and I was like, wow, man, this, you know, this is okay. You know, so that's when I found, I left there, but I found a masjid that suited me, and that was Masjid al-Islam, up under Imam Musa, which he's not here today. I mean, he transitioned too. But that brother taught a type of Islam that was different than what I was seeing, and we were involved in a lot of politics out here in the area, where we went toe-to-toe with police, you know, and feds. So, you know, Abdul Khalik, you know how it is, man. So Imam Musa and Brother Tufel, both of them brothers, man, I appreciate you, and man, may you rest in peace. After leaving, well, I never really left Islam, but I'm saying all these are degrees that I'm getting when I go to these different other movements. You know, even the Pan-African movement went there. I keep learning different things every time I go to something else. And that's why I feel like, you know, you should not close your mind in life. You know, if, you know, you read the Quran, the Sunnah, the Bible, you know, don't get stuck in that your whole life. There's so much out here to learn.
That's right.
Trying to tell you. And so I can't even tell you the things that I really know, because people will be like, man, you crazy. Right? I'm telling you, man. But I'm telling you, it's so much that we have to learn. I wanted to show you something on Muhammad Ali, to show you that we are different from, hold on a second.
They go us.
So right here, at the time, Ali didn't know. He didn't know that he was, you know, different from an African. He didn't know. But right here, he's telling you what happened to him, because when he won the gold medal, they wouldn't let him into no Caucasian establishment at that time. I mean, we all know what was going on during that civil rights movement and during that time. So this is what he said.
In 1958, we couldn't eat in the restaurants in Louisville. We couldn't eat downtown. One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes." I said, something's wrong. I can't say it's because I'm black, because they're so black and they're blue, but they went in. So I said, well, I can only be gold medal, then I'll go in. I went and got my gold medal, went back in, ordered 2 cheeseburgers, and they said, sorry, we don't serve Negroes. I said, I don't want you to eat this, just give me 2 cheeseburgers. And she said, you're getting smart. She called the manager, and he said something about, I don't care who he is. She said, Sky, just like, I don't care who he is. Anyway, the motorcycle gang came in, and we had this fight with Red, but the idea was I couldn't eat there, so I got so angry. I drove the Ohio River and stood there, looked at the gold medal, and I could imagine that American flag waving when they played the national anthem when I beat the Pole in Russian. Dun, 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 dun. and I'm standing at the metal alone. Dun, 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 dun. I said, boy, I'm going back to Louisville, and I can eat now. I can go in the restaurants, put them on the spot. They keep putting me out there. I'm the champ of the world. I'm in a big country like Rome, representing the United States in one little city named Louisville, and now I'm the whole world. Boy, dun, dun. They put me out of that restaurant. I said, this metal ain't worth a damn. I become so frustrated. Now I wish I still had it because I wouldn't become as frustrated now. But at the time, I took that metal and said, it ain't worth nothing, I don't care. Took it off and I said, it ain't no good, it ain't. Throw it to the Ohio River.
So, you see what I mean? Even then, they allowed Africans to go in, but they wouldn't allow us to go in. They know who we are, but we don't know who we are.
That's right.
Right? So, the 1830 Indian Removal Act, if you're familiar, and most of you probably not. Okay, first of all, anybody ever heard of the Doctrine of Discovery? Yeah, I know you, Ryan. Doctrine of Discovery. So what happened with the Doctrine of Discovery? People know? Doctrine of Discovery, man, they said, and these were popes that issued these papal bulls. They were like Dum Diversus, Intercatera, and Romanus Pontifex. And they said, we're going to go into non-Christian land and take their land. Because this right here was a spiritual land. There was no religion here in the Americas at all.
That's right.
They said they're going to come in here and take our land, and the way they did it was with the Bible. Now, these were not pale-faced popes. These were people that look like us. And this is where we having a problem. This is where they lied, because it's a hidden hand in all of this that's unraveling right now.
That's right.
It's unraveling right now that we keep on thinking this pale face is the one doing it all to us, and it's not. It's people right now that is in charge of him that's doing it to us. And they look like us. And this is a fact. And if you're not there yet, man, you just got some more study to do, that's all. But the facts are the facts. It's out there. You just gotta go look. It's there. You know, how do I get to find all this stuff out? A hard-headed Negro like myself. How do I get to find out all this information? Walking around here, selling love boat, loved out. You see what I'm saying? I'm just like, hey, look, I ain't nobody. But how do I get to find out all this information? More so than people that have these doctor's degree and all this stuff, man. I'm telling you, they control. And one thing the Rockefeller said, they said something about, you know, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But they want to control everything. Ryan, you probably know what I'm saying. They want to control your mind. They want to control everything, man. And everything that we have been taught, man, has been a lie. And I mean everything. Everything. We're so conditioned that it's not funny. So that was my transitioning, going from all these different things in like Grover, no. Transitioning from here to there. Most people affiliate that with just dying off. No, we make all type of transitions in life, you know, but that's how we learn. I'm just saying, it's good to, I mean, you know, hey, Islam woke me up, you know, Christianity can wake you up. I'm just saying, just don't let that be your whole avenue, your whole life. There's so much to learn out here. And like I said, once again, you got it. Everything is based on that doctrine of discovery. You know, you have to know about this because that is what fuels this whole thing. And I'll let you know, they know. Even in movies, they know who you are. Watch this. Anybody heard, seen the movie or the series American Gods?
Yep.
Part 1?
Yep.
The celebration was cut short. The land reached was barren, rocky, no food, no shelter, only biting insects and snakes. When they set off, they dreamt of the riches they would accumulate, the fat-breasted women they would send for. Their dreams changed to bread, roasted meats, even a salad would do. Gods.
Gods.
So I'm not gonna be long. But we are the Indians, brothers and sisters. And what they've done with the 1830 Indian Removal Act, they said, hey, we're gonna move all these Indians to Oklahoma. And for those that don't move, something like Akbar. Okay, so they said, for those who don't move to Oklahoma, we're going to reclassify you. We're going to change who you are. And this is what they did. So, anybody who didn't go to Oklahoma, like us, we're going to reclassify you to being Negroes. What's that? We're going to reclassify you to being Negroes. And then they reclassified us to being colored. I mean, hey man, it's on my mother's birth certificate. It's on my grandfather's birth certificate, my mother's birth certificate, my birth certificate, and my children's birth certificate all say something different. But we the same people. Some are colored, some are Negroes, some are African American, some are black. But we all the same people. We the only people that keep getting reclassified because they know who you are. Y'all see the game? You see what they've been doing? This is what they've been doing to us. So you had the 1924 Racial Integrity Act. This is another thing they was doing to us up under Walter Plecker. Walter Plecker. His thing was to make sure that they are from Africa. They had to try to push this stuff that they are from Africa. Walter Plecker, man, y'all look this up because I'm not just saying this for no reason. So who was Walter Plecker? One of his main men that was inside the so-called black movement that was helping him push this agenda.
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey, man. It's there, man. I'm not tripping. All you gotta do is just go look for yourself.
That's right.
So their whole agenda, man, has been to try and control who we are, bring us down, but they can't. But they have to keep us ignorant at what we do out here. And now look what they're doing. The youth, man, they intelligent, but look what they doing to them. Guy came in a wave yesterday, Erica. I mean, he had his pants, all the way down to his knees. I swear, and I had to tell him. And he got respect for me. I said, man, pull your pants up, man. Pull them up. You know? I meet a lot of good people at the Wave, and young brothers. Like I just met that brother Nico. Good brother right there. You know? But we just gotta come together, and y'all, you guys, man, read that book and just tell me how you like it, and that will make me happy. So let me go ahead and keep signing this. It's my son, Umar. Peace, brother. Come on up here, man.
That energy.
Now, a lot of y'all probably remember this guy when he was like 7. You know, but I appreciate everybody for coming. Let me finish signing the books. If anybody want to say something, Charles, Jessica,
Yeah.
hit me.
Dang. Olito. Good evening. I'm not helping like these guys. I've had some speakers up here, but I've known Ali for about 46 years. And me and this bro, when I met Ali, it's a funny story. Okay, when I met Ali, it was a funny story. I knew him as the grasshopper guy, because he always wore these shoes, kung fu shoes with the orange bottom, and they were black. He would wear those. And I'm like, what's up with kung fu guy? And he, he was solid, building all, but through the years, we built a relationship, and I saw him at the Go-Go's, because that's what we were doing then. And, every time he saw me, he said, Charles, you all right? Who am I? I'm Charles. My indigenous name is Chaska. My best friend, pretty much, 3 years. But getting back to the story, every time he saw me, checked on me, see if I was all right. I'm like, Kung Fu Man, he liked me. And I saw Kung Fu Man, he was a straight up guy. He meant what he said what he meant. So through the years we went through them. Like he said, the drug, go-go era, prison. And then on the other side, around 91, we met up. You were doing Islam. Yeah, you were in Islam, and I was in Nation of Islam. So I started evolving, and he was evolving. And we just stayed in touch through the years. I talked to him every day. He's my support, and I'm his support. He calls me about any and everything. I do the same. Met a lot of you great people through here, and I appreciate all of you people that done came in through my life. I met some real great people, and it changed my life by knowing this guy. Just 5 years ago, I was out partying every weekend, and I was in an accident which changed my life, and I had time to sit and learn some things. But yeah, this American Indian thing it's a movement, and it's rolling, it's a snowball, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And I just suggest everyone, just take the time and do your genealogy. Start with your parents and just move outward. I did mine, and it's always more work to do. Most of us, when we do it, we're gonna come to that point through ancestry. You'll come to a point that you won't find any more things. And that's where I'm at, and it's been 2 years for me. So, some of us got more motivation, but I'm at a point that I found my ancestors back to between the 1820s and the 1860s. I found all 4 of the bloodlines. So I claim to be Monacan and Tuscarora Indian, but I have to go down there and now start looking into the town halls and places to find these lands that my people may have had, and that's what we all need to do. That's the next step in this. A lot of us is on YouTube, and giving out this information for likes. And a friend of mine, he's not here today. Dang, my lights are sweating, but he said, man, a lot of people out here, they're talking, but they're not taking this thing to the full measurement. It's good to know that we are that, but it's a lot of land that was grabbed and taken from us. And that is the core of what this is about, and that's the empowerment. We need the land. The land was swept up from beneath our feet, you know, and that is the most important thing on this Americas, is this land. So I encourage everybody, you know, look into your genealogy. Ali will help you. I will help with anything you need to know. But yeah, this has been a wonderful journey, meeting you people out here over this last 5 years. It's a sense of peace with this Indian thing. And, you know, I went through the stage, Nation of Islam, Pan-African, and I learned a lot and met a lot of people through that. But this is where I'm at right now, is where I'm supposed to be, and this is where we all should be heading to get to this point. Okay, where is my land? I didn't allow you to be here on my land. You came over here and you tricked us and you took this land. You know, so we got to get this momentum, keep going. We need to get together more. I want to network locally and try to get a DMV network of American Indians, which we are in this DMV, and come together, go to the park, talk, early morning talks, but we got to start building this local tribe together. I'm very passionate. I don't know how to do this talking stuff here, but I'm very, thank you. I'm very passionate. And this brother, man, I look at him and I sometimes have tears in my eyes, because he's just an awesome individual and a human being. He supports me and the things I've been through with my family. He's telling me, hey man, they'll catch up with us. They'll recognize you. Maybe this one day someone will show them this. Like, man, this your son that y'all think is the devil. Because I'm a spiritualist and been a spiritualist for probably about 15, 20 years. And I stand in my spirituality. The ancestors is my God. God to me is energy. And your ancestors is the only person that you're attached to that's every day flowing through your blood. Yes, sir. Oh. Okay, who is the American? And of the 1828 Webster, it says the American, and the adjective pertaining to America. American noun, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginal or copper-colored races, found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America.
Everybody got that right there? See that? This is you gotta go look at the older dictionaries, because the newer dictionaries, that's the fabrication. Those are the lies. The older is what you gotta go to. This is an 1828, and it's telling you what an American is, and I can guarantee you, how many ever looked at 1828 in here? Yeah, I know you right. All right, so it's saying an Aboriginal or copper color race. This is nothing that we're saying. This is Noah Webster himself. An Aboriginal copper color race found here by Europeans. So when the European came here, I'm gonna show you how they stole your birthright and traded places with you. When the European came here, he seen who? He seen Americans. He seen a copper color Aboriginal people when they came here, right? And look, this thing right here, but the thing is, the Europeans that they're talking about are not what you would consider white. These are black nobility, right? Moors from Northern Africa. This is who they're talking about. You gotta look, man, look, like in the book. I said, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but the truth is the damn truth.
That's right.
And people get offended, get out of your feelings and go and do what I did. Go study. You know what I mean? Because I understand everybody, I'm talking about from Caucasians to us, we all been taught wrong. We all been taught for them to be superior and us to be inferior. And all along, it's somebody in back of the whole thing orchestrating everything that look like us.
That's right.
Right now. That's just telling you about Alex Haley who got sued. So this right here is the SF 181 form. Right? Everybody in here who considers themselves to be Indian, but you don't know what tribe you're from, what I did with this form, I took it down. Once I changed it, I took it down to the motor vehicle. I took it to the Social Security Administration. I took it to a lot of places. And I marked on here, American Indian. But guess what? If you mark on here that you're white, you can do that too. Because it ain't got nothing to do with skin tone. Man, we gotta come out of this, man. It don't have anything to do with skin tone. My son, he had to go to, he had a little run-in with the police, I think in 25, well, we went to court in 2025, right? It was 25, right?
Yeah.
It's 24? Okay, time flying. And the judges had him on the bench, and they asked him, what is your nationality? And he said, white. Hey, they went on and was doing stuff like normal. But the people in the crowd was like, what is he talking about? They know. They know, and they just carried on. It's a status. And if you look, I was looking at it this morning. It was the census in 1700s. Who was the first white man? The free white person. It was us. Just go look for yourself. This thing has nothing to do with skin tone right here. And that's why, you know why they say that their race is larger and have more people? Because Africans that come here, Puerto Ricans, everybody that come here, they say they white. That's why they say that. They don't outnumber us. It's time for us to wake up. You know, we can't keep on getting treated like this. We cannot keep getting treated like this. One thing I did want to say before all of this is this guy right here, Afro Man. Hey man, tell them police up, man. Did y'all see this? Afro Man? Man, he gave it to him, bro. They couldn't mess with him. But I did want to say one more thing too, and before we have to know who we are. We have to, man. And I don't care if you're Chinese, you're Russian, you're Egyptian, you're Mexican, you are El Salvadorian, you're Jamaican, you're Haitian, you're all of these things, right? You can find all of those things on a map, right? Everything that I just mentioned, you can find on a map. Most of us have been trained that we're black people. Do you look like that?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Do you look like that? So why you call yourself that? I just showed you what it said, what an American is. It said a copper color race. Right there. Don't you look like that? Why is it that a 3-year-old can come up to us, and if you ask him, what color am I? He'll tell you. He'll say brown. He'll never say black. So how is it that now it's grown men and women who have PhDs and doctor's degree, bachelor's degrees, associate degrees, we call ourselves this, that take you away from the land?
Yeah.
This is what they did. This is why they reclassified us, to take us away from the land. To me, with the things I see going on right now, man, their time is just about up, United States. And understand this, there's a big difference between the United States and in America. And what they do, that's all you do. You hear them on the news, everything, talking about we the American people this, we the American people that. I just showed you how they stole your birthright. And I don't have a problem with nobody unless you got a problem with me. I don't care what your nationality is, but there's only one American, and I just showed you.
That's right.
There's only one. Anybody else who claims that they're American, you will have, that's identity theft. I'm telling you, it's just never been told to you like this. They stole our identity. They just said it. When the Europeans came here, they seen Americans. So how are you now an African American? You ever thought about that? Because they stole your birthright right in front of your face. And I've been in everything. I mean, religious-wise, Christianity, Islam, it's still my religion. Pan-African, I've been there too. More science, I've been there too. But if you do your genealogy, there's none of those gonna come up. In the doctrine of discovery, once again, hey, this was a spiritual land right here. We didn't have religion in this land. They gave us this, and they gave it to us to control us. And this is what they've been doing. Amen. I'm gonna stop there. And I appreciate everybody for coming. And I just want to finish signing these books, man. I appreciate it. I love everybody in here.
Yes.
So they can be brother. Just got off the boat, brother.
Oh, brother. Sound like a look at you, man. Oh, I tell you, I miss you, brother. You got my number, but you never check me.
Hey, Dan, I'm gonna call you, Dan. Hey, Dan, turn that DJ on. Turn that music up, Danny.
Give me that one, two.
Hey, Charles, where do we purchase the book at? Okay, okay, all right, okay, got it, thank you. Oh yeah, That's only for my 4 days. Okay,
That look good. Needs to be passed to the child. Hey, I still tell. It's about 10, 11. That's right,
Oh, remember we was going to church one day and I pulled over the new house?
I mean, I'm having it with yeah, I know I'm real proud. I started sweating. The 1865 started coming out. Like shoes. We gonna have to sleep. He inspired me. You know, all the time here. Something different. And it's always partying and doing other stuff. This is educational stuff we can use.
That's what I was thinking. Because I was looking on the flyer. I was like, just one. Just give me back the one. Oh, I heard about that.
How long ago was that?
Oh, I'm
So it's stuck on your mind for these years.
And that's what the man told me. He didn't even know
Jesse Jackson did that.
hanging out in my driveway.
I grew up they work for jobs.
Every time I couldn't understand like what he's saying and why he chose to say it to me.
Yeah, it comes. That's like first time I got messaged with the black man Nation of Islam. I had a kingpin charge, and all I knew was Christianity. And the guy had a job. My family friends, I asked him, and no, she was taking lunch one day. He's like, man, you let this stuff, you gotta help out. Can't work out me the message to the black man. I went home, read the first.
Am I good with cash app, sir? Am I good with cash app? That's all. Hey, look. That's all I wanted to know, man. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. That's all. Hey, look.
That was 89. I got my set, brother. I was working for the best. I got 6 months.
And I didn't break it up.
That was in 89. I would never thought that I would in 91 pick that same book up.
B-A-B.
Totally saw it.
We got a lot of
But yeah, something, you know, when it's something that's important, it sticks with you. I can't do no longer. I can't remember the name, and I'm like, and all they told me you were coming from. And when you said energy, that's correct. Maybe it's the light you look brown. It was like, I mean, I know. Yeah. No. He told me to stop on the camera.